F.O.K.U.S Radio.
We are back. Dante Marshall is in the building.
Yo. Say what's up, man. Let the beautiful people listening know who you are, man.
Yo. Everybody, beautiful people out there listening to F.O.K.U.S Radio right now. I am Dante Marshall, Dante Digital, all that good stuff here with the good folks over at F.O.K.U.S Radio. I'm a photographer, for those that don't know. That's about it, man. I take pictures of people. Well, a lot of people know me as a fashion photographer. I've been shooting for about 5 years now, about 2.5 professionally. I travel back and forth between Detroit, Chicago, and New York. I'm based out of Detroit right now. And like you said, a lot of people know me by the shots that they've seen of Big Sean, Good Music Def Jam artist, J Records artist, Mike Posner, which are both from Michigan. I've worked with a lot of different artists in Michigan, both in Michigan and outside of Michigan, but I've done a lot. Like I said, I started with the fashion thing. I do a lot of stuff for Ford Chicago, and Elite Chicago. When I'm out in Chicago, when I'm in Detroit, I'm pretty much focusing on, the artists out here. There's another cat that I work with a lot out here. His name is PL. I'm not sure if you guys have heard of him, but he is up and coming, very, very talented hip hop artist. And the producers that he works with, I work with a lot also. The Olympics. Yep. They're signed with Maybach Music. Very, very talented dude. So when I'm in Michigan, a lot of the time, I'm focusing on their projects.
Cool.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so before we had the music, well, during the music break, actually, I was talking to you, asking you, so when did you start, taking pictures? When did you, realize you had this passion for taking photos?
Right.
And I guess my question now for you is, so when did you decide that you actually wanted to, make this your career?
When I first started shooting, I realized that this is something that I love doing. And a lot of the times, you do something and you're like, oh, this is cool, but I probably can't make enough money to support a family or even support yourself doing this. So I was fortunate enough to be able to make a couple of dollars to, support myself.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm like, yo, this is what I want to do. This is what I want to do. And it was just that, like I was telling you, it wasn't like I took an internship or traveled to Paris and was like, oh, I was just inspired by this or that or anything crazy. I was just fortunate enough to get a camera from my father. He was a photographer, taught me everything that I know. And I started off doing shoots for like $50 or something like that. And I remember taking my booking to this guy. He was like an agent, and I was telling him I was doing $50 shoots, and he was like, well, this is quality work, and if you treat this like a $50 shoot, then you'll be getting $50 for the rest of your life. So I went up on the prices a little bit, and people were like, oh, that's it, $100, that's it. So went up a little more. I didn't want to tax everybody, but once I realized that I can actually make a living doing this, and the type of connections that I was starting to establish, I realized that this is definitely something that I'm gonna go ahead and pursue.
We talk a lot to the artists that come out about how the internet is changing the game. It's easy to get your stuff together and get it out there on blogs, wherever you want.
Yeah.
But it's harder to get noticed in that way. So I guess thinking about it in a different medium, how has the internet, how has technology and social networking gone over for photography? Have you seen it change in the last 5 years, and how have you taken advantage or maybe been hurt by it?
Man,
I mean, because I have a Adobe Creative Suite 3, man, but I mean, I didn't pay for it. So.
Right. There's a lot of photographers now, and with all of these cameras, every model or wannabe model, her boyfriend has a camera and he wants to be a photographer, and instead of paying for quality, they would rather shoot with their disposable cameras like we were talking about earlier, and all of a sudden they're models. And with people not actually knowing what quality is, or not even trying to get quality, they're just like, oh, we'll go ahead and take advantage of this. My friend shooting $10 every day because that's just what he charges. So it affects a lot of people. Not me so much, because the clients that I work with, they typically, they stick with me. and I've been fortunate enough to work with some of the labels and things like that to where they're not gonna, you know, use the $10 shoot man over me. So it's dope. But Twitter and things like that, it's a very, 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 very good tool to use if you use it the right way. I just wish that more people would use it the right way.
What's the wrong way to use it?
Man, I was just talking. Me and my dad were at Applebee's earlier, and we were talking about a quote. I think it's Eleanor Roosevelt, where it was like, "Great minds discuss ideas." What is it? Anybody know?
No.
Great minds discuss ideas. Average minds discuss events. Small minds discuss people. Twitter forces people to discuss people.
Yeah.
You know, so it's kind of like it's making people stupid in a way. Everybody is on there, and I'm not. If you guys are on Twitter all day, then I'm not knocking that because I'm on Twitter all the time. But yeah, I got TweetDeck right now. I need to retweet that. Where you streaming right now on Focus Radio. But I don't know, man. It's just a lot of people are just discussing people. You know, like if you look at the trending topics and it's just silly stuff, and it's kind of like, come on, man, like do something productive. Let's make some moves. Period. So
I can see that. Okay.
Right. So we also want to transition a little bit just to your experiences working with all these artists. I know on your blog you were talking about like working with Mike Posner and how he just brings a certain level of passion to both like the studio and the stage.
Yeah.
I was wondering if you have any specific memories of, you know, being in the studio or just seeing him live that stand out to you.
Man, Mike Posner is special, man. Mike Posner has the juice.
Right.
He has what it takes, seriously. I remember one of Posner's first shows. We were backstage and he was like, man, like I'm kind of nervous. I'm kind of nervous. I don't know, like they might not know my songs, this and that, da-da-da-da. And it turned out to be a cool show. But just a couple of weeks ago, we were at, where were we at? We were at Central. And the show was amazing. Like the guy, the energy is just, it's something that I've never even, man. I can only imagine how he feels, because when I'm on stage with him, the stage presence is just awesome. Like he controls the crowd with his hands. Like he'll tell everybody to just like be quiet, and as he raises his hand, everyone gets loud, and it just sounds like an explosion, man. It's awesome.
Right.
So, it's dope.
Yeah, definitely. And also I want to know about another music-related thing is this Big Sean video that you recently directed. We're going to get into the track in a little bit, but people don't know who haven't heard, it's called Super Duper Lemonade over the Gucci Man beat. Yeah. You actually directed the video, so I wanted to know, like, what was that process like? Was that your first time directing? Or?
That was my first time directing. I've been saying that I wanted to get into it, and you know, Sean is coming out with the mixtape. He's working on a new mixtape, and he was like, you know, man, let's just do a couple promo videos to promote the tape. And so that's how that came about. He was in the studio. I was actually, I had a photo shoot with the Olympics. We were in there like maybe, I think it was like 12 midnight. And Sean called like, yo, why don't you come through? I ended up getting to the studio. It was like 3 in the morning, and we shot the video real quick. It was really just like a quick promo video. Got home, opened up Final Cut, really didn't even know what I was doing, so I started playing with some stuff, and then a good friend of mine, which is the guy who actually edited the video, Gerard Victor, he's like, man, let me help you out. So I hit him on iChat, and we did a screen share, and he did an amazing job of actually editing the video through iChat. So that was something that I've never seen before. We put it up, and it came out dope. It has over 200,000 views right now. People love it. Sean went in on the track. Crazy, crazy track. So if you haven't heard that, you need to check that out. And that was that. And since then, my phone's kind of been ringing off the hook for people that, you know, want videos and stuff like that.